Hey guys, we had a good shoot out on the river in Wiggins. We got a mallard hen. We got 2 of the Drake buffalo heads. My buddy and I each shot one. I ground squatted one, group of about 8, came right in, picked up a nice Drake, ground squatted one of them. Yeah, nice big buffalo, or a nice big goldeneye, that pretty head. Never shot one before. Yeah, these are pretty guys. But yeah, so basically we got 2 divers, 1 mallard, and it was cool. We didn't get it all on tape. It was real foggy. The hen came in, landed right at the back of decoys, floated right over top of them. Couldn't even see it. And then like I said, ground squatted one of those guys, come right in, floating into the decoys, 6 or 8 pack. This one, buddy, smoked right out of the air. And then 3 geese, had 2 swim right into the decoys, just out of nowhere, coming down the river. 3rd one did something goofy too. Buddy and I are standing up talking in the blind, sunny, about 12 o'clock, being loud, looking around, just standing there. See this huge object land in the decoys. Didn't even acknowledge it was a goose, just thought it was something big. It's like, what is that? Is that like an eagle trying to take one of our birds? And then we see this goose swimming around decoys. And this is a huge bird. I mean, it looked like a pterodactyl coming in. I mean, it's just this huge goose. And I mean, just big chest. Like I said, he looked enormous landing. It was really cool. Just stand there and watch him do it dirty. And yeah. So this is kind of the follow-up of that hunt. We'll post some of the videos of, for instance, one of the geese swimming in the decoys. I know we got that on film. Real bizarre. But yeah, so we wanted to show you guys real time what it's gonna do to 6 of them. We got the clock showing 5:43. And you know, we try not to waste any meat. You know, it's like, yeah, I do it quick, but you try and respect the bird. Now, this is kind of a main follow-up to another video that we had posted where I'd pretty much promised everyone we were gonna shoot a mallard and then do a cook and eat video. I figured this is a good one. And so, got this dog that's real thirsty, apparently on film. Tenderloins are just tiny, almost useless in this duck. I guess we'll turn those into some jerky. Yeah, we're not gonna keep that for fillets, but I'm gonna turn this off. Okay, right. Now it'd be like we're ready to cut straight through. Okay, but we're not gonna do that. This mallard, okay, I promised everybody we're gonna do it up good. Okay, we've got this fat just in there, thick, right? Beautiful fat, okay? See my fingers? What we're gonna do is we're gonna hold this, okay? See how I stuck my fingers through there? Taught myself that trick about, you know what, how can I get a good grip on this thing? And it's like, I'm gonna come back and tear all that off anyways. So, yeah, hold it like that. Get a good grip. You just wanna take off as much of that down as you can. Now the interesting part is if you're if you're trying to do something with some down, this is actually exactly what you're going to go after anyways. Now, this is definitely going to add to our prep time, right? But I promise, if you guys are interested, what you see here, it's going to taste really good. Okay, that's just how I'm afraid it's going to taste really good. Yeah, I don't want to stick that down there. Yeah, see, a couple right through the chest. Yep. We sniped him today. I mean, it was all lots of one shot, one kills. I mean, they were just so close. It was fun to watch. Had some neat opportunities to film. It was just so foggy. But that's okay. It's more about being out there with your friends. Now, we've done lots of these cook and clean videos of just the taking out the breast and being done with it. And to show you guys this, you know, something slightly different. You know, so now we've got a good piece of steak, okay? Right there, that looks pretty darn good. Now I'm gonna take my knife, I'm just gonna come right through. And boom, that's all she wrote, you know. Take off the rest of those feathers. Now, looking at this, I think I'm going to try and leave a little more skin, maybe around the bottom on that other side, because that skin is really going to help with the cooking process. Right? It's going to be unbelievable what it's going to do. Feathers inside there. Yeah, it is. Yep. Yep, that's feathers inside. It's really going to improve the quality of the cook, right? Because nobody wants to eat feathers. But the rendering of that skin and the fat inside of it is what we're after. Fairly decent. Now we'll come back in part 2 of this video, okay? And we're gonna singe off that feather, those hairs that might be sitting on the side, right? Because we want this to dry real good. We don't want to eat none of that nasty stuff on the back. I mean, but look at that piece of meat. I mean, that's a mallard for you. I mean, they're good eat. Yeah. It's like the one duck that I will happily eat. But see, this is where I get real particular. Right, guys, like I show you with the geese. Okay? This is where you want to stick your finger right through that bird. Okay? Getting graphic, but it is one of the most important parts. See all that garbage? Okay? Nobody wants to eat garbage, right? You get that out. Get all that out. That's nasty, okay? Same here, right? I know there's a hole there. I'm gonna stick my finger right through it, right? Because I want to make sure that steak that I serve, there's no BB in it, okay? And if I don't see a hole coming out, that means there could be something inside. All right. And that is what she should look like, folks. I mean, that is about as good as it gets, right? I mean, that is, you know, we're not farm raising these things, folks. I mean, we're going out there, we're shooting them, and we're eating them. Occasionally, I'll put one on the wall, right? Do love me a good story bird like today. That goldeneye was darn close to making it to the wall. Good story bird. but, you know, I want to try eating them. And I respect the bird. You know, it's like, I guess I'd rather eat it and respect it than just put it on the wall. So, all right, that's one. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside and let it dry. That's one. Okay. Now this one got shot up pretty good. See, folks, we're just gonna turn that some sucker into some jerky. All right, I'm gonna fuss around nothing like that right now. All right, same thing. Okay, cut through. All right, you want to get it nice and open up. Okay, look at that good fat. Look at that beautiful fat. Right, so this one I want to get way more of that. So I'm gonna start my knife much further back. Okay. Much further. Well, right there, she should be good. Okay, so now I've got some tear, something I can hold on to, right? We're just gonna start tearing off. Now, folks, if you got bunch of these birds, you know, this might be a time-consuming process unless you got a bunch of guys doing it. You know, I only got one. You know, I wanted the 2 drake, but you know what? I was really determined for this process. You know, and a hen tastes just as good as a drake. So this was more about getting to eat one and getting to share that with everybody than anything. And so, you know, like I said in previous videos, you know, we're meat eaters, you know, but we're also all along for the story. And this is one of those times where it gets to be, you know, both. So for everybody that makes it to the end of the video, I appreciate you guys watching this. We're almost done taking this off. Now, like I was saying, we'll come back with part 2 after we get a chance to, you know, dry these off and finish dressing them. What we'll do is we'll singe the feathers and we'll prepare a cold pan, right? We'll go over this a couple times, guys, because I do love this recipe, right? So a ton of butter, cold pan, right? Low heat. Let it start to render down, put it in skin side down. Let it cook about 2/3 the way through, right? Sometimes people like to cook it on real high, right? And cook it fast, just like a red beef steak. You could do that as well. There's nothing wrong with that. For me though, like more traditional cooking, right? So we got this really pretty. Look at that. Look at all that, right? This is why I said I did lose some on that other one, right? And I want to show you guys how far back this goes, right? You can take a ton of this if you want to. But see, what I like to do is I like to follow that yellow line, right? So I'm just going to come all the way around. I'm going to get as much of that as I can. And that's it. I mean, it's still a really good chunk. You know, we took a lot of meat, you know. There's really not much there that we're leaving behind, folks. I mean, that's pretty much bone dry, you know. Yeah. All right, so we're obviously not going to do the geese that way. Wouldn't probably try a goose like that and have to show me a pretty good recipe if we're gonna do something crazy like that. But you guys have seen me clean lots of geese, so we're gonna knock these out. And then, yeah, I had a good banger on the river. Hope you guys enjoy those videos. Hit that subscribe button. And yeah, we appreciate everybody's interest in the channel. Yeah, look forward to what our next video has to show for everybody. Have a good one, folks.